Let's see. It is. Um, what time is it? It's. Oh, I can look up here. It's noon, and this is Sunday, I believe. Because yes, tomorrow, Monday, September 4th, is Labor Day in the United States. I think it's, what is it, the first? Is it the first Monday in September? I forget. But anyway, uh, Labor Day will take place on Monday, September 4th, of 2020 or 2023. Holiday specifically falls on Monday. Everyone knows that you typically celebrate it the entire weekend, starting the prior Saturday. I'll put a link to this in case you're interested. Let's see, what else is going on? Microphone's working okay. Tried making some changes to the video and audio and the whole thing. Trying to simplify it a little bit. Let's see, what day is today's the 3rd. Okay, so it's only noon, and I maybe today I'll get my medicines taken. I'm not too good at doing it. I'm having a lot of little medical problems. Well, not little. One's my eyesight. So anyway, I've got about 4 doctor's appointments, or not appointments yet. I have 4 doctors that I need to get to, maybe more. But I put off, I have an appointment with one next month. Let's see here. October 9th. And that's the eye doctor. I've got a couple cataracts and got some other stuff going on. Then anyway, I need to see 3 other doctors at least. One for my legs and my feet. I need to see a dentist. What else? I can't remember. Anyway, camera's working good. This is partially because of my eyesight. I've always had my monitors side by side. Now this one over here, I have it, I have the monitor here in front. I have this other one sort of at an angle, coming over closer to me. So I've never had cataracts. I'm not looking forward to cataracts. I go crazy if somebody gets up close to my eye. So I feel sorry for my doctor. 2 years ago, well, that's the first time I saw an eye doctor, and a real nice elderly, or well, not, I can't call somebody elderly, I'm 82. Anyway, real nice lady. This time when I called and told them I needed an appointment, they just set me up with a different doctor. So that's fine. Darlene, my ex-wife, she's had I think she's had cataracts removed and had some other stuff done. So my grown son, he needs to go to the dentist. He has the same insurance that we have. And so, he needs to go to the dentist, which will cost him just about nothing. He needs to go to the dentist. He needs to go to a doctor that he needs to see on a regular basis. But anyway, he's not cooperating with that. He needs to go to a dentist. He needs to have his eyes tested and a whole bunch of other stuff. Disasterville. Darlene does go to, doctors. And she gets things done. I mean, and they discovered cancer from her. Well, she's had cancer several times. But in the past, she went through chemotherapy and the whole bit. She was lucky that she's cancer-free. So she doesn't mind going to the doctors. I don't think she would mind even being put in the hospital. If she was put in the hospital, they would bring her meals 3 times a day. She would have a television, going 24 hours a day, and that wouldn't bother her. I do not want to be in a hospital. The last hospital I was in, I left AMA against medical advice. So let's see what else is going on. Labor Day. Oh, let's go to CNN because, my God, the news is I started to say, well, we all knew that global warming and those kind of things were, coming and whatever, but then, come to think of it, there's a tremendous number of people, they don't believe in, the United States, who do not believe in global warming and all that type of stuff, so they've been in denial. And even those of us who, believed, I don't think we didn't think it was coming now. It's apparently here now. And it's not pretty. Lakes are drying up, ocean waters are changing. It's all actually hitting, and I'm not even sure that the Greenpeace people and the environmentalists and all that, I'm not really sure that they realized that it was coming now. It's here. So I watched a lot of YouTube videos in Utah, and where is it up there? Things are happening up there that lakes are drying up, or rivers are drying up. They're finding things around the United States and around the world, that the water's never been so low, and then they're finding old ships, and all kinds of stuff. It's just, boom, all of a sudden it is here. Burning Man, I hear about it like every year, I think it is. And I guess I ought to do it. I'm not sure if they're hippies or if they're just motorcycle people or what it is, but they go up, to Burning Man, wherever that is. Guess I'm going to have to look it up here. Let's see, maybe go to Wikipedia. Yeah. Yeah, the people go up there and I think they party, and it's, you know, it's a thing. And the people seem like, you know, to hell with everything else. You know, they're up there for that, and they're up there for events like that. And let's see what Wikipedia says, because I really don't know. Okay, Burning Man is an event focused on community, art, self-expression, and self-reliance, held annually in the western United States. The name of the event comes from its accumulating ceremony, the symbolic burning of a large wooden effigy, referred to as the man, that occurs on the penultimate night of the Burning Man, which is on Saturday evening before Labor Day. The event has been located since 1991 at Black Rock City in northwestern Nevada, a temporary city erected in the Black Rock Desert about 100 miles northeast of Reno, Nevada. According to Burning Man co-founder Larry Harvey, in 2004, the event is guided by 10 principles. These standard principles are radical inclusion, gifting, decommodation, radical self-reliance, radical self-expression, community effort, civic responsibility, leaving no trace, participation, and immediacy. Okay, so I don't know. I don't think this is. I don't think it's a good idea. Anyway, the news is. Let's go to, I think, CNN. Go to CNN and see what. Here you are. Okay. 70,000 people are stuck at Burning Man. Some of the 70,000 people stuck at Burning Man are walking out. Event organizers and authorities are urging attendees to stay put until the roads are safe. More rain is expected today. And then they go on talking about, you know, it's people walked for, what, hours and hours. This is what it looks like at Burning Man. Okay, I guess we'll have to see what it looks like at Burning Man. Kind of looks like Woodstock in a way. I wasn't at Woodstock, by the way. I was married with a family. Oops. Anyway. Two, you know, these people that go out and now I'm not sure. I mean, Woodstock, I guess they knew a lot of people were going, but more people showed up than they expected. And they didn't have resources for all those people, and it was, you know. But these people that go out and you know, the attitude is, you know, to hell with it. I'm going to do such and such. You know, the temperature is 120, and I'm going to go out walking in the, you know, in the heat, or I'm going to go climb a mountain, or, I mean, I don't know. I'm not that kind of a person, so I'm not the kind of person who should be judging those, you know, those people, the ones that are, you know, like climbing Mount Everett, or wait a minute, Everett? Yeah. I mean, people die, I think, just about every time. And it's, you know, I don't think God intended for people to go to the top of that mountain. I think he wanted a quiet place where he could sit and think about things. And, you know, people go, I mean, because you climb up with cold and you climb up with lack of oxygen, even though you take tanks with you. Um, so I'm not sure where not sure where you draw the lines. You know, I mean, you don't want to tell people, hey, you can't race cars, you can't race motorcycles, you can't do such, and you can't, I mean, where do you draw the line? I just saw the other day, well, I've seen a bunch of these, and you probably have too. It looked like grandparents. They had to be grandparents. They had it look like a nice place. And their little grandson was on a motor, it wasn't a motorcycle. I mean, it was, it was a small thing. But it was going super fast, and grandparents were up there looking and smiling at their grandson, one bump, you crash into a tree, you blow a tire, something happens, and yeah, I'm not a person who can be judging these other people that are, but a lot of these people, the Coast Guard or have to rescue people, rescue these people. Should the taxpayers pay, for when somebody does something? I mean, really, I'm going to use my motorcycle and jump off this cliff and fall, hundreds of feet and land in this lake. Or, I mean, when they do, and then when they have to be rescued and, helicopter has to come, the Coast Guard or paramedics, have to rappel down, from a helicopter. Should the people be rescued, or should they have to pay, the full cost of it or something? Or should they just sort of come up with a thing, well, okay, if you'd have been just driving down a highway and but if you're doing such and such, okay, the ambulance and the paramedics and everything, they'll come and it'll be free, because it's paid by taxpayers. They'll come to, but when you're down, a cliff that you went off on purpose or whatever, then maybe you should pay for the, pay for the extra cost. I don't know. Yeah, I'm an old stick in the mud, I guess. My objective is, don't get hurt unless you have to. I worked 30 years hospital security. I don't know how many times I had to, take control of somebody and put them down, handcuff them or whatever. And I was always successful. Now, I mentioned a while back I mentioned something, my grown son said, no, you didn't win every fight you were in. And I said, oh, I think I did. Luckily, I said, I told him, I said, I was just lucky. And he said, no, you got bit. And I said, oh yeah, there was a female, prostitute, drug addict, or whatever that I arrested, and she bit me. It took a pretty good, I had to be tested for HIV and other stuff, Now, quite a few times when, arresting somebody, the next day I'd have bruises on me because, I'd have bruises on me or whatever, but oh. I think you can see I simplified things a little bit. Got this screen. with the camera, and then I've got this other screen with what I pull up, and I don't have I could easily put an image here, a smaller one, you know, and stuff. Maybe I'll do that. I may do that again. I guess I'll just wait and see what you all think. Oh, I changed things around with I have two whiteboards, and that one you've seen a lot. There was a whole bunch of junk on that there was no reason for you to see it, and there probably still is something up there that really there's no reason for you to see it. So I'm moving that stuff. That stuff's been moved over here. And then I'm going to try to put something on the back here that if you do see it, maybe it will encourage you to subscribe or do a thumbs up for the video, or I don't know, maybe I'll put something there. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. I messed around with my microphones and everything, and this looks like this is the one to go with for right now. And guess that's it. Thanks for watching.